All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our next review.
Yes.
To Live and Die in LA, which is Daniel's solo review.
Yes. So I've been seeing this movie popping up on, movie film Twitter or X for the last few months. A lot of people have said great things about it, and they've said, "Oh, it's brilliant, crime drama movie." I thought it, and so I thought, well, I'll continue our little, crime drama escapade from last week, from when we watched Heat. Um, to watch this movie, which came out in 1985, much like our classic movie review. And it is the story of a Secret Service agent named Richard Chance, who's played by William Peterson. Most people, modern audiences at least, probably know him from the original CSI. He plays, so he's a Secret Service agent who is trying to take down a counterfeiter named Eric Masters, and he's played by Willem Dafoe. And
Always a good start for your cast.
Yes, and it's on Breakfast Club. The image, I don't know how that.
Oh, so it is. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah. Willem Dafoe plays villains very well. I mean, he's right up there with like Gary Oldman in that regard. Yeah. So, and he is for a counterfeiter, he is a just total psycho. You wouldn't expect that from somebody who, makes fake money. Um, but yeah. So Peterson's character. He's going after Willem Dafoe because Dafoe killed Peterson's character, who was 3 days from retirement. So that's where that trope came from. This from this movie.
Wait. So that was never really a thing before?
I mean, I kind of struggled to think of a movie where that was actually a thing. And this is the first time the first time I've ever seen it. So, and done unironically. Um, so he's off to get Defoe, and he's got a new partner, John Vukovic, who's played by John Pankow, who he looked familiar, but I couldn't place him in anything. But yeah, so basically the whole movie is just is William Peterson's character like running around doing everything he possibly can to get Defoe, and he's a total adrenaline junkie. Like I mean, the opening, one of the opening scenes of the movie, he's bungee jumping off a bridge with like no harness or anything, and so he's also very morally ambiguous. I mean, he's having an affair with a female informant, and basically just like using her for sex and info, and it's just he's very like. I mean, if he thought, and kind of draw some connections with the French Connection, because William Friedkin directed this movie. I mean, to compare him to like Popeye Doyle in the French Connection, like William Peterson's character makes Popeye Doyle look like a saint by comparison. Because and where for me where the movie like really just lost me. And by the way, spoilers in case you want to watch this movie and you don't, well, okay. So my non-spoiler thoughts are, it's all right. It's a very stylish movie. It's very 80s. It's what you would expect from a movie from William Friedkin, and it's good in that regard. But for me, I didn't care for it that much. Actually, the way I kind of feel about it was the way DB kind of felt about the French Connection. Just really not, just didn't do it for me. But so spoiler thoughts. Where the movie loses me is they're trying to bust Willem Dafoe, so they go in undercover, and Dafoe tells them, "Well, if you want me to make all this money for you, I need $30,000 basically as a down payment." Now, in 1985, $30,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah, I wonder how much money. Let's find out.
Yeah. And so, but the bosses of the Secret Service won't approve of it. And so Friedkin uses info from that he got from his lover / informant about a Chinese guy coming in with $50,000 in cash. And so he and his partner
it was less dramatic than I thought. It's 90,000, which isn't, like I was expecting to be way more painful.
Yeah. Without being like like almost like $250,000 or something. But yeah, well, that's still quite a good chunk of money. But yeah, so so Pearson and his partner they can concoct a scheme where they're like, okay, well they're gonna rob from this guy, this Chinese guy. They're gonna steal his money, and then use $30,000 from that money to pay to buy in with Defoe. And what ensues is they start getting chased by a bunch of guys with military grade weapons, and then Peterson drives his car on the wrong way on the LA highway, and which, yeah, I mean, I will say it was a pretty dramatic car chase and sequence there. But what ends up happening is they find out that the guy was actually an undercover FBI agent, and he got killed in the exchange. So that's kind of where like it really lost me, where it was just like, okay, yeah, you just not only did you steal money from this guy that you weren't supposed to do, but you got an FBI agent killed. It's just like, okay, yeah, I'm whatever else you do in this movie, I really don't care anymore. But yeah, I mean, this, I know there are a lot of people that enjoyed this movie, and and in particular, people who are fans of William Friedkin's work. But yeah, this movie just didn't do it for me.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So last week I kind of mentioned that I respected Heat way more than I liked it.
Yeah.
Upon further reflection, I think that if I were to watch it again, I would gain more appreciation for it. But I was also noticing that when I am watching a good movie that I'm not really vibing with,
Yeah.
you know how it's like sometimes when you're watching a movie, the second time you start noticing references you don't get, or you didn't get the
Yeah.
first time. I
Yeah.
felt like I was in that mode through watching a lot of the Heat. Did you feel like you were kind of disconnected at picking up on things because you weren't caught up in the spell, or was it just kind of a dull experience?
Probably because I wasn't caught up in the spell. I'll be honest. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like I said, it's a very well done movie. Like it's got a
Right. So artistically, it's great. Just it wasn't for you.
yeah, it just wasn't for me. Yeah, I had a hard time relating to the characters. Like, I mean, I get Peterson's character. Like, I get his motivation for wanting to bring this guy down, but I'm not a total stickler for the rules, or like, I like characters that they cops like this that that bend the rules to try to get the bad guy, like a la Dirty Harry or John McClane or even or like Jack Bauer. But like Jack Bauer wouldn't. Well, actually, no, Jack Bauer did kind of do something. I think he did kind of do something similar to what this guy did in the movie. But
but the stakes were much bigger, right?
The stakes were higher. Yes. Yeah.
Right,
You know.
right,
Yeah.
right. There's a difference between taking a golf cart battery to somebody who you're trying to get for counterfeiting versus, and if we don't get the information out of him, a nuke is going to go off in Boston or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Proportionality.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the movie is on Amazon Prime. In case you're interested.